Most LEGO fans by now know what the LEGO Mindstorm theme is. With a theme originally released in 1998, it is a theme of programmable LEGO bricks that allows you to take your basic LEGO system and LEGO Technic bricks, add these motorized and computer functions to it, and make some really cool things. There have been several iterations of the LEGO Mindstorm set since that release in 1998, the most recent being the robot invention set number 51515. Although in late 2022, LEGO discontinued the LEGO Mindstorm theme and is no longer going to be producing new Mindstorm sets, there's still a large interest from LEGO fans and those who are not LEGO fans who are interested in learning more about the LEGO robotics, and that's where NoStarch Press comes into help. Today we're going to be taking a look at these two LEGO books. One is Getting Started with LEGO Mindstorms and the second is Mastering LEGO Mindstorms. Both of these books have been created to help beginner Mindstorms users and more advanced Mindstorm users really learn all of the basics and master their techniques to get the most out of their LEGO Mindstorms experience. So these are the two books we're going to be taking a look at today, the first being Getting Started with LEGO Mindstorms to allow you to learn the basics of building and programming robots. This one is a beginner's guide book, as you guys can see from the scale here on the back, is ages 10 plus and is going to be perfect for those wanting to learn a little bit more and who are brand new to the LEGO Mindstorms universe. Maybe you just got your first kit of set number 51515. This would be the book I want to start with. However, on the flip side of that, maybe you're a more experienced builder, you know how to use the basics, you've done some cool things with it before, but you want to learn a little bit more and learn how you can really take your building to the next level. This book is for you. It is Mastering LEGO Mindstorms, Building Better Robots with Python and World Blocks. I don't even know what those two things are, but I'm excited to take a look. Alright, let's kick it off with Getting Started with the LEGO Mindstorm. So for started, you open it up here and you skip past the introduction pages, a little bit about the author and all the information. We get to the table of contents. We talk about the introduction so you learn a little bit what this book is and if it's meant for you. Talk about building your first robot, introducing the Mindstorms app, adding lights and sounds, motors and movements, events and control, sensors, operators and remote control, and variables, lists, and my block. So very exciting stuff here, lots to learn and lots to do from. It also talks about troubleshooting, techniques for better building, and fixes for fairy tales and fables. So skipping past the introduction, you kind of know why you're here, you know why it's important to read this book. It's because you guys don't know anything about Mindstorms yet. And that would be the boat I'm in right now. So for starters, building your first robot, chapter 1, we get right into the basics, talking about getting that set. This one gets started with 51515, and it just talks about building your first car. So when you go through the steps right here, it's going to teach you how to build your first movable LEGO car. It uses very basic LEGO pieces, some LEGO motors and some LEGO bricks, and it just gets you the basics so you can kind of learn how to build this LEGO car and kind of familiarize yourself with the app. You guys can see there, very, very basic. It looks awesome. And then it talks about how you can actually run your car using the Spike Prime. It's got the cool layout here that allows you to think about it. Take a look at this car. It's got a number of design flaws. How many can you spot? I'll move it up here so you guys can see, but you guys can see the listed ones down below are the design flaws that the builders of this book came up with. Moving on here, it goes talking about going farther with robot vehicles as well, creating single motor builds, more tips and tricks all the way around. We've talked about some other things that you could learn, motorized gears, and of course a summary of what was learned in this chapter. What I love so far about these books is they are very word heavy because they are LEGO robotics, but somebody who's interested in robotics definitely they know how to read. They know how to take a look. They know how to follow directions. They're not, a LEGO user that's just looking for the basic LEGO building and they just want to see pictures. The people who are getting into robotics actually want to see some words. They want to see some diagrams. And this is a really good book to get them started. Obviously, now that you've done your first car, you're going to need to learn how to do the Mindstorms app. You need to learn how to do your first program. And this is a one-stop guide with screenshots and everything included exactly how to use the app. Again, this is a perfect book for someone who really wants to get into LEGO Mindstorms. They don't want to watch YouTube videos on it or anything like that because that's confusing and it would be a really long video. Pause, play, pause, play. So when you have a book, when you have a textbook like this, that's essentially what this book is. It is a textbook where you get to read through it and really learn all about the LEGO Mindstorms. So once we've gone through this chapter here, you guys can see all the different app features and things like that. it's got all how you can program your functions as well, do it to, write and turn on and make sounds and change color. Really cool, very, very easy to follow. Pretty much anyone can do this, and that's why this book is geared toward those ages 10 plus, just because it really wants to make it easy to move. Next up in chapter 4, we talk about motors and movement. Obviously, motors and movement are a huge part of the LEGO Mindstorms world, so it's very important that LEGO and NoStarch Press really deep dive into explaining how all of this will work and how you can make your builds move and things like that as well. Because lights and sound aren't the only thing. Movement is really important, and that's what gets the mock builders really excited. Again, you guys will have to buy the book if you really want to learn more and learn about building LEGO Mindstorms. But what I love about this book is just how simple it is. It really makes it so easy to follow. It's lots of reading, but there's also lots of pictures. It's very visual, and for those who are really learning and trying to get into Mindstorms, it's also a really good flow because you start out with the absolute basics, and then you build your way up and learning new skills as you need to go. It's not sensory overload. It's not giving you way too much information all up front, and it really allows you to try new things, and they give suggestions for builds and everything that go through the process, which just makes it a really good experience for LEGO fans. Of course, you guys, we've now seen events and control. Obviously, Chapter 6 gets into sensors here. Just a sneak preview of Chapter 6. Chapter 7 talks about operations and control. Again, I just love all the pictures that are included here. And then you guys get the drill for the rest of the chapters that we already went through. The biggest part, of course, is not to go through every chapter because I don't actually have the Mindstorms kit here with me today. But the idea for this video is just to show you this book. And if you're interested in learning more about LEGO robotics, especially given that these are actually retiring soon, the set is already on back order. If this is something that might interest you, this book is definitely one that you're going to want to pick up before it stops being sold on shelves. And of course, the set as well, because if you're introduction to LEGO Mindstorms, this is such a great resource, and if I had the sets here, I would have so much fun really trying to learn, because I am not the person that knows anything about LEGO robotics, so this book would be something that is absolutely necessary for me. But once you've gone through the whole book there and really learned everything that you feel you can, there is of course the second edition, which is Mastering LEGO Mindstorms, allowing you to build better robots with Python and world blocks. I'm not even going to pretend I know what a lot of that means, but for starters here, obviously the introduction as well. Chapter 1 is going to be talking about the introduction to Python programming. Chapter 2 is Python controls, structures, and operators. Python 3 is efficient Python programming with variables, lists, and functions. Chapter 4 is controlling motors and sensors with Python. Number 5 is gears and mechanisms. Number 6 is moving with the gyro sensor. Number 7, avoiding obstacles and following lines. I wish my Roomba vacuum cleaner had read Chapter 7 there because it does not avoid obstacles. We've got Chapter number 8 here, which is talking about playing games. Number 9, useful inventions. And finally, number 10, the ultimate challenges. So I was kidding earlier, I do know what Python is. Obviously, it is a software that is used for coding, and I think it's really cool that once you've really mastered the basics, because I know from, watching reviews and stuff like that of the LEGO Mindstorms, the app is very user-friendly. You guys saw from the book there, it was a lot of dragging and dropping and using sequences that LEGO's already established. So if you really want to take it to one step further and get into Python programming, which is a lot more challenging, this book is really going to be helpful for you, especially if you're newer to the coding industry. So for starters here, we've got step 1, introduction to the Python programming. This is the first chapter here, and just like the last book, there are a ton of words, but like I said, this is the perfect demographic who doesn't mind doing lots of reading and lots of learning. I love how there's so much color in this book. There's so many think about it, try this tips and things like that all the way around. It doesn't leave you in the dark. It really gives you a lot to think about, and if you're even new to Python and stuff like that, it really gives you guys a really good insight and overview into what the book is and some tips and tricks to try and give you obviously the best experience possible as you're learning this big new skill and trying to light your robotics and make them really cool. So it's got some cool projects here as well that you can try, like making your robot sleep and do a traffic light and a walk signal. It's got all of the different coding here that you'll need to actually make that possible, which is really awesome. So again, very, very user-friendly. And even though there's a ton of text and things like that, the layout of this book is really nice. It's really funny. This series is actually one of the most... It's really funny actually, because this series is definitely one of the most technical books I've ever seen from NoStarch Press. Normally their books are full of color and are full of pictures and really cool LEGO photography, but these ones are textbooks. These are ones that people would use because you're not looking to get inspired, you're looking to learn, you're looking to try new things and build coding skills, and it's very different than, mock building and things like that. So the rest of the book is very, very similar. I'm not going to show you guys every single page of this video and stuff like that, but it's really, really cool. We've also got some pictures down here in the bottom as well, and both of these books are well over 100 pages each, so you really get a good glimpse of everything here. I, am new to the Mindstorms in general, let alone new to mastering LEGO Mindstorms, so that's why I'm not going to spend too much time on this book, but because NoStarch Press sent these books out to me to review, I thought it'd be really cool to show you guys here on video what these look like, just because they look really fun, they look really exciting, and if you're really trying to learn these new skills, I can't think of anything better. I've had nothing but really good experiences with NoStarch Press books in the past, so very excited to show you guys them here on video today. Once again, I want to give a huge thank you to NoStarch Press for sending these books out to review. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below something that you learned from these books today, and I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys here in the next video.